That's how you get the girl.
Good afternoon and welcome into the Morning Burrito Podcast live from our church stage. And we have a third member of the team for the show.
Nice to have you, Pastor Eric.
Hey, it's good to have me here too.
I'm Michael.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Gabrielle.
Gabriel, wearing on your shirt a picture of
Pastor Eric.
your dad. Isn't that great?
That was my first Christmas here.
sweatshirt.
Can you guys see it? He's cool. He even has sunglasses
It's
on.
awesome. Hey, but we're
made
glad
it.
you're with us. It's lunchtime, actually.
It's so creepy. I'm sorry. That's just odd
It is. It's cool.
in every way possible.
It's awesome.
Just like me.
It's like I look over there and I see two of you. It's just
Isn't it great?
It's you in
And
stereo.
then
Wait
it's
until you go
me.
to sleep tonight. You're going to just be like, wow.
And then I kind of look like him, too. So it's like there's three of him.
Yeah.
You look more like your mom, thankfully for you.
Hey. You do.
Hold on. I got to share this stuff to Facebook.
So Gabrielle is going to be here not only to share and to be a part of the show, which she always does and does a great job at. She's also going to be live commenting or reading comments, rather. So if you are listening right now or watching right now, you can comment on our app. You can comment on Facebook. There are two places it's posted on Facebook right now, I think.
Three,
Three
including
pla-
our youth group page and my personal
Perfect.
page.
So you can
It's
find
four.
it pretty much anywhere on Facebook if you search for the Morning Burrito Podcast. Later, because we are doing this fully live today, sometimes if you don't know, we record the show. I just heard myself. That was weird.
Sorry.
We tend to post this show just a few hours before the show starts, and it's not really quote unquote live. But today it is a live show. So comment, and she will be giving us those comments because we have a really fun show in store for you today.
And you know, we want to be so overflooded with comments, you probably won't be able to tell us all the comments.
It'll be great.
Wouldn't that be an
hope so.
awesome problem to have?
That'd be so
Make
Like,
sure-
has anybody commented yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But
Is
I
your
have
wife
it.
listening?
I have no idea. She knows
There's
about it.
two
I texted
people.
her to make sure she
My
knew.
wife would probably be listening if it wasn't for a sick baby that I have in my
She
home.
can't hear it.
Is
over
Jonathan
the
listening?
Puke. He is.
I did.
He is? Oh, okay.
Jonathan, we were just talking about you.
Just wondered.
Just FYI.
All right.
But hey, so today's topic.
Oh, wait. Your wife says, why are there 5 stockings? Look, it's the first comment.
Oh, that's a great question. Should you tell our audience, or should I?
Well, there's 5 staff people. That's why.
So
Right.
so we have Gabrielle and Valerie, and then on the other side you have me and John, and then the one right in the center is
Oh,
for
I get the middle?
the
I
big
get the
man,
middle.
Pastor Eric. So
So 5. There you go.
that's why. This is a good question.
See,
That
was
is-
she the first question?
She was.
Who was that?
Sharon Fritz.
Oh, my wife?
Sharon Fritz.
I love you, babe.
Wow.
I appreciate you listening, Sharon. Thank you. So today's topic is favorite things. We're going to go
Favorite
through
things.
different favorite things we have about Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. Yeah, okay.
So
I wish we were Oprah Winfrey right now. Well, not really. I'm just kidding on that. But if I had like $1 million just to give stuff away, like her favorite thing show, that was like my all-time favorite show right there. Because like
you get a car, and you get a car, and
It's
you
just-
get a
it's
car.
awesome. Anyway,
And then you pay the taxes on said car,
Those
and
were
you
the-
can't afford the car.
those were the
I mean,
days.
I kind of know what you're talking about, but I'm kind of too
You're
young,
kinda
I
young.
think. So.
There were so many people in that show that had to give those cars back because
I
they
know.
couldn't pay the taxes on them.
So if
I
you're
felt so
watching
bad.
today, you know what? You may have your favorite things, and we'd like to hear some of your favorite things as we go through our list. And you can just jot it down. And we're giving away free coffee today. But actually, we're not giving it away today, are we? We're giving it away next week.
We're announcing that we're giving
announcing we're giving coffee away next week because next week's show is also live.
Next week's show is also live, and it is going to be our last show of the year, the calendar year. We'll take a couple weeks off for Christmas and vacation
we're a little
after
busy.
Christmas. Yeah, we're a little busy with Christmas Eve and stuff. So we'll be back in the new year after next week. But next week, big show. This is a Christmas-oriented show. Next week will be a Christmas-oriented show. We're gonna have some fun these next 2 weeks, and next week giving away coffee for those of you weirdos who drink coffee. Don't
we can even throw some
understand you.
hot cocoa in there for the little ones.
Yeah, he literally the other day, you and I are in the vehicle together. He goes to one of our local wonderful establishments.
Yeah, Java Junkies.
And he said,
I'll drop it.
I need a baby hot chocolate. While I'm sitting in the car and I know he's talking about me, and she's like, how old is the kid?
I said it's an adult child.
It's like, what a jerk, man.
Wow, that really scarred you, didn't it?
It did. I'm never gonna let you live that one down.
Well,
Call me
Merry
a baby.
Christmas.
Anyway,
So,
but we'll be right back
ready.
on the Morning
Here we
Burrito
go.
Podcast. Be ready. We're gonna have some fun.
Let's get into this.
All right, we are back, and this is gonna be a fun show. I'm really excited about today's show. I for those of you who like our deep dives and serious kind of shows, this is not one of those. We're gonna have some fun. This is gonna be not necessarily joking, but it'll be for fun. So hope you enjoy. Every single one that we go through of our favorite things, we have different categories. We would love for you to share your favorite things with us, and Gabriel will bring in those comments to us.
It's kind of like we want to get to know you over social media, which it's very hard to get to know people over social media. So we're going to try it.
Yeah, and if you're watching this after the live show has ended, you're just watching the replay. Still go ahead and comment and put those in because we can see them when you do it, and it'll just be good for us to know you and know what your favorite things about Christmas are too.
Yeah.
But first, before we do that, before we get into that,
Drum roll, please.
how's that going? Christmas Vacation. That's my favorite. The grandma. Oh, it's best.
I
Anyway.
don't even know.
Whenever Gabe is on the show now, Gabe came up with this thing for our youth group several years ago called Would You Rather Wednesday, because we always have youth group on Wednesday nights. And so we've done it a couple times on the show, Would You Rather Wednesday show. At the last time you were on, I think we did that.
Yeah, it was so much fun. A whole show all about Would You Rather.
Yes. So
Hey, let's do it.
So we're going to, I don't know, did you end up coming up with 3 or did you get 5 or 6?
I got 4.
You got 4,
Give us
okay.
give us
I
the
mean, I
top
have a
3.
whole list, so I'm going to have to choose, but I have them in order. Okay, the first one, kind of easy maybe, but would you rather, between these two options, be in the movie Polar Express or in The Grinch?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so easy answer.
Yeah, go.
I'd want to be the Grinch.
Oh, be like The Grinch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be in the Grinch and the Grinch. Both.
Okay.
Yeah. That's me.
You're already wearing green.
I know.
Okay, easy, I guess. What about? Oh, okay. I would say Polar Express because the North Pole, it just looks so like dreamy and magical, and
I didn't know I could say why.
That's a
I
whole point. You got to
always-
explain your
I
answer.
always
day.
say a lot. I know, but it's gotta be fast. I'm
Because
gonna say
I wanna
Polar
dress-
Express.
you have little bells on.
You guys,
So I want to dress in green, and I want to have a green and just the whole beard thing. I want that. That's why.
green hair.
You're not allowed to have beards.
Okay. That's why I want to do it though.
No. You could join us in the beard club,
It has to be
and
the
we
right
could dye it
color.
green.
Has to be the right color.
Beard ornaments to put in. Here. Okay, let's keep rolling. What do you wanna be
So
in?
for me, I would say that's a really tough one. I think I would want to be in the Grinch only because Whoville seems like a really fun town to be a part of, and they love Christmas, and I am a big lover of Christmas, so I would fit in very well there. And they sing all the time, so perfect. It's my kind of place.
I can see that.
Dahu dore,
I was just thinking.
dahu. Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
Hey, feel free to leave your comment. I don't see any comments yet, and that's okay. But would you rather volunteer to make 1,000 Christmas cookies or volunteer to decorate 100 Christmas trees?
Oh, those are both awful.
Oh, those are
I
both
know.
painful.
Okay, here's the question. You gotta qualify this statement. If you help with the cookies, do you get to eat said
Yeah.
cookies?
Or
I
lick the
mean,
bowl
I
or the
don't
batter
know, sure.
or anything?
Sure.
Okay, if that's the case, then the cookies hands down.
guess.
I do not want to decorate Christmas trees. I decorated this one with my wife, and we didn't even do very much, and I don't want to ever do it again.
I think is there snow on the ground?
Sure.
Okay, then I would do Christmas trees because I like to be in the snow.
Yeah, but the
Like
Christmas
chopping
trees
it
might be
down,
inside.
She just said they're in the snow.
No, you asked her if
know.
it was snowing outside. You didn't say where the Christmas trees were.
This is gonna be a complicated show, folks.
Just decorate.
Details. We need the details.
Decorate 1,000 cookies or 100 Christmas trees.
Yeah, I'd still go there.
And it was volunteer. That was the term. So maybe
Volunteer.
there's no benefits of eating cookies. You're just volunteering.
See, if I do a
time.
good job on the tree, then I can eat the cookies.
I would say I would rather decorate 1,000 cookies. I mean, I'm not very good at Christmas decorating, but it would give me ample time to learn how to be good. So
Yeah.
Perfect.
I assume I get some cookies if I help decorate the cookies. So
I would think
Yeah.
so.
I'm going to take that.
So we're all cookies?
You can't copy me.
You said trees, didn't you?
I said trees because then I could eat the cookies.
Yeah, but I would do cookies, not the trees. I don't want anything to do with decorating Christmas trees.
I'm just okay, Christmas cookies it is. Okay. Would you rather live in a gingerbread house with your friends or live in an ice igloo with your friends?
Okay, so here.
Okay, I guess it could be your family.
Okay,
not
so here's
friends,
the
sorry.
problem.
Huh.
A gingerbread house sounds awesome, but it wouldn't last very long
wouldn't.
'Cause you'd
because
eat
I would
it.
eat it.
Yeah.
Although, you know, the gingerbread house like kits are not the kind of gingerbread you'd really want to eat. So maybe it would be the gingerbread house because maybe you really wouldn't want to eat it because it wouldn't be
Yeah.
very tasty.
And I could see living in an igloo and then like never waking up. And then you'd be like the abominable snowman.
You just be frozen there until summer.
A forever Christmas story right there.
The good news would be if you live in a gingerbread house, if you don't eat the house, it'll look good and smell good all the time.
True.
Like that smell of gingerbread,
Yeah,
ooh,
but
baby.
I think that would attract mice. And I don't want to sleep with mice. So therefore I go igloo. My wife would even go igloo, wouldn't you? If it was
We'll see if she comments.
yeah.
Sharon, you got a comment.
Yeah, she would do
igloo
igloo.
or gingerbread house.
Igloo because there's no mice.
That's valid.
Yeah.
That's what you
I
have a
think-
cat for.
They're outdoor cats.
I think I'd want
They're already frozen.
gingerbread. Oh, Mom says no.
No on both. She's like, I'm not doing either.
I think you asked igloo, but and she said no. Just simply lowercase letters.
Guess I'm
no.
going alone.
You're moving to the great white north and living in an igloo all by yourself
Well,
while we live in the woods in a
Oh,
gingerbread
man.
house.
yeah. How cute.
All right, good. Good questions.
All right, so
Thank you.
let's get into. Thank you for your would you rather questions,
you're
Gabriel.
welcome.
Those were good.
Thank you all for laughing along.
All right, so let's go through our favorite things. So Christmas is my favorite time of the year. You were just saying before we started the show that you are just like in full Christmas
I'm
mode.
ready.
This is the time, and personally, I don't know that there is a better time of the year. You know, when that song says it's the most wonderful time of the year, I don't know that there is a better time of the year than Christmas. At least for me personally, I have more joy, more happiness, more excitement at Christmas time than I do any other time of the year. And it's not because I'm going to get anything. It's just because I love Christmas decorations. I love the music. It just makes me happy.
Happy.
Aw.
But there are so many intricate pieces to Christmas that I love, and I know that you love, and I'm sure you love too. So let's go through some of these things. Everybody knows that Christmas time, one of the biggest things that you get to experience often, most people, is candy. Christmas candy. There are so many different types of Christmas candy, from chocolate to hard candies, candy canes, candy corns,
Wait,
syrup,
that's
as Elf
Fall
would say.
candy corn at Christmas?
Yeah, apparently. That's what Elf
There's like
said.
gross.
They have red and white
peppermint
ones?
Okay.
Maybe.
And then, they got the Christmas tree, Reese's cups. I mean, they've got all kinds of
true.
candies. So let's go through it. Favorite type of candy. And again, we want to remind you, put your favorite in the comments. We want to know what
Yeah.
your favorites are. So let's start with candies.
Okay,
Gabriel,
let's do it.
tell us, what is your favorite Christmas candy?
Well, I don't usually eat Christmas candies. Like I don't know at all. I would say candy canes. And like probably the big normal size ones, not the mini ones.
Like if you in your stocking, when
Yeah.
you get candy in your stocking, the candy cane is what you're going for
I
first.
just get an
We get an
orange in my
orange in our
stocking. What are you
stockings.
talking about?
That's too bad.
Somehow-
No offense, Sharon, but
Somehow that tradition got
Ours-
started. We didn't start that tradition.
ours has lots of candy in our stockings.
I guess usually there's like a chocolate kind
A
of candy. which is
ton
nice.
of candy in our stockings. Mine is like weighted
Hey,
down.
it's not your turn though.
Sorry, go ahead.
So mine is like a box of those chocolate covered cherries.
Ooh, the
Oh,
cordial
oh,
cherries.
yeah. them.
If that counts as candy.
Oh,
then yes.
yeah, that's candy. That's like candy, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I mean, it's like I think one year I
It's
think I
true.
had 7 boxes as gifts. I do pretty good at sharing them, but
It's true.
I don them when
Thank
nobody's
you.
looking pretty fast.
Hey, there's a Christmas gift idea for Pastor
Yeah, just saying.
Eric. Wow.
Chocolate covered cherries, and in my
My dad
younger
loves
days,
those.
I mean, because some of them come filled with rum, which okay, like that's like
Oops.
I
that's
didn't
like
know
my-
that.
Yeah, that's like my pre-Christ life there, but still, they're good. I mean, the ones without rum. are good. Anyway,
So-
move on.
So there's two. I put the candy in two categories for me. So stocking candy and then gift candy. So in stockings, the Crunch Bar type of Santa Clauses.
Oh,
You know where it's like a Crunch Bar, but it's
Yep.
shaped like a Santa Claus. They come in the foil wrapper
Yep.
and stuff. Man, those are good.
They are good. I agree.
I can eat several of those babies.
agree.
It doesn't matter how big or small they are. I will eat those. I love those. Of course, I love Reese's, but I won't even get into that. That's just a foregone conclusion. I love Reese's anything. But my favorite gift candy, my mom used to get these
This
for
is how he
me.
gets to answer the question with two answers.
I know.
I got one I give away, then I got one for myself.
Anyway, my mom, she used to give me often a box of mint meltaways by Fannie Mae. Do you remember Fannie Mae when you were in
I
Illinois?
don't know what you just said.
I remember Fannie Mae, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so Fannie Mae is a chocolate company in the Chicago area, and like elegant chocolates, and they make these things called mint meltaways, and they're little like square chocolate cubes, covered in more chocolate. So like it's a chocolate cube covered in
chocolate.
covered in chocolate, like a shell that kind of breaks apart, and it's mint. It's like an Andes mint, but they're like way better. And
And why doesn't
Oh,
your mom
man.
give those to you anymore?
Yeah.
they're hard to get. It's you have to like ship them, and they melt easily, so you have to ship them in nitrogen or whatever to keep them cold. So I mean, it's just expensive to ship candy. But I used to get those when I lived in Chicago, and man,
So do we have anybody making comments?
unbelievable.
We do.
Let's
what do we
go.
got? What do we got? What do we got?
Thank you, everyone. Miss
Favorite candy?
Linda says Reese's peanut butter trees.
Hey, Linda. Oh, I
Hey,
like
I'm
that.
with ya. I'm with
I like
ya.
that.
yeah,
That's
there
good.
you have
That's
that in
good.
common. And then Caitlin, my sister-in-law, says peppermint dark chocolate.
Ooh, dark
and
chocolate.
she gets an orange too.
Oh, Caitlin, you fit right into the family. Good
So
for you.
Caitlin, you don't have to respond if you don't want to, but I just have a quick question following up on your dark chocolate. Are you talking like the Ghirardelli, like really
the expensive
yeah,
dark
the
chocolate?
real good dark
kind.
chocolate? Or are you talking
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter? It could be cheap dark chocolate.
Well, my son probably would go the cheap dark chocolate for her.
But
Maybe-
you know,
you just
Maybe he'll
totally
step it
called
up.
Graydon out. Holy smokes!
I'm trying to be an encourager.
wait, but do you know what's even more impressive? She says, I have Fannie Mae chocolates in my cupboard right now.
Yeah. Hey, I know you're coming for Christmas. Mint Meltways, bring them this way. I'm
She
just
got them-
saying.
She got them
That's
from
hilarious.
Sam's Club, of which we do not have here.
Yeah,
so.
that's a East Coast thing.
And she also says it doesn't
Midwest.
matter, just anything with peppermint.
Nice.
Okay, gotcha.
Nice. And Linda Baker, I'm glad you said what you said, but you know what? The thing with the peanut butter stuff, it kind of makes your breath smell like peanut butter.
Well, and I mean, any kind of Reese's
Not
stuff.
saying,
is,
Linda,
So?
your breath has ever smelled like peanut butter,
Is-
but we're gonna be watching for that now.
as much as I love peanut butter, like the peanut butter Reese cup stuff, I can only take so much of it in one sitting. Like I can only eat so many of them, and then
yeah.
it's too much. So, all right, let's go on to, since we're talking about food items.
Oh, yeah, I
let's
got
go
a really good
specifically
one.
to favorite Christmas food.
I got a good one.
So, start. You got
Me?
it.
So,
Ew.
so this Christmas food thing
Gross.
is
Spider.
My food is gross. Oh, I'm sorry.
Crawling from your mic.
Did it crawl out of that suit coat?
Shut up. So mean.
So okay. So I have two foods that I really like at Christmas time. I'm going to answer the way you do, so I get more time.
Oh man.
One, I like the icicles hanging from the roof. I can eat a total meal out of those because it only happens at this time of year. So as a kid, that was like one of the favorite things to do. Is like, I mean, we had monster things. I mean, at home, just like they're huge. They go from the roof down to the ground, and you could just lick it all day. It was awesome. And then we'd even put like food coloring in them, and it just didn't taste any different, but it looked cool. So, so there. So icicles, break them off, just suck on them. Yeah,
We should have done favorite
Really,
holiday
you should've.
treat.
I mean-
That's more like a
no,
holiday
that
treat.
is a meal because
We
it'd be
have
like
some
awesome.
outside.
I know. I've already
want?
licked the one out here on the ministry center.
That's disgusting. That one's
But no, really. I think
You're learning some new things about your dad.
I know. So I don't know. I think for Christmas food though, yeah, I can't get away from just the ham. I'm a ham guy. So there.
I'm gonna agree with you. Christmas ham.
You can't beat a
My
ham.
mom, with the cloves and stuff, it just
Yeah, in the spiral with like the brown sugared stuff.
Yep,
I mean, it's just
yep.
it's good. Yeah.
My mom always made a great ham for Christmas Sunday.
I mean, there's
Christmas
ham
Day.
and then there's a Christmas ham. So
yeah.
there, that's us. You're reading, I know.
I don't know. Our Christmas meal is so similar to our Thanksgiving meal, which is great. But then it's ham instead. But I think I would just stick with sweet potato casserole, the way my mom makes it. And my mom and grandma.
Yeah. That's a winner.
There's
I'd
lots
agree.
of brown sugar on it.
In other words, just give us the bag of brown
just
sugar.
the topping. The topping of the casserole. That's
That's it.
what we go for. Yeah.
Any thoughts from our?
I don't see any comments.
All right,
Okay.
moving on then.
All right. The most controversial subject: Christmas movies. Favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, I got mine.
Go for it.
Die Hard. I'm just kidding. Any Hallmark movie, probably.
Oh my god!
And I can say any, but really it's just one. They're just all the same.
I was gonna say yeah. They're.
I've only watched
you've
one
seen
so far.
You've seen one. You've seen them all.
Yeah.
Same thing with
Yeah.
many Christian movies. You've seen one. You've seen them all.
I mean, it's kind of sometimes I get bored, whatever. But like, I love the small townness of the Hallmark movies. Okay. And
Now-
me and
now,
my mom
okay.
watch them.
Do you separate out the Lifetime movies?
Yeah,
and
they're
the
separate.
Hallmark?
Oh, those are a
Lifetime,
little bit edgier,
Lifetime
though.
is edgy. Hallmark.
There's a lot of kissing going on those Lifetime
Yeah,
ones.
they're too far. So, yeah,
Oh, that's
Hallmark.
great.
Hallmark movies.
So a movie, I don't know if I really have a Christmas movie. I really
You don't have a favorite?
I really don't. If I went anywhere, it would be Elf. I mean, that would be.
How many times have you
probably
seen
my-
it?
A lot. But I don't know if
I've
I really
only
have
seen
a
it
favorite.
a few.
Favorite. I don't know. I've been thinking about that all day, and I just don't know.
So it is hard because I like a lot of Christmas movies. Like I'll watch almost all of them at any time. But honestly, the favorite, the one that I will stop and watch if it's on pretty much any time, is the original Christmas Carol, the black and white old
yeah.
school Christmas
Okay.
Carol. That and It's a Wonderful Life. I think both
That's
of
what I was
those.
thinking, too.
Those are two that I will stop and watch. And I mean, not to offend anybody, but the colored version of It's a Wonderful Life, I don't want it. I want the black and white version, the original
Same
version.
story.
Same story, same movie, but I want the black and white version because it's just fake color. It's not real. So like they just painted in the lines basically. So
Weird.
That's why in kindergarten it was important to learn to color in the lines.
yeah, but yeah, definitely those two movies are like classic,
Yeah, they are classic.
awesome Christmas movies
I think I probably
with
fall
really
asleep
good
during them,
messages. Both of them very good messages.
though. Yeah.
So-
So I do fall asleep.
They both preach.
We do have a few comments.
All right, about the
Lin-
Christmas movies.
Well, yeah, Linda says Christmas Story.
It's a good one. It's a really
Isn't
good one.
that the shoot your eye out?
You'll shoot your
I
eye
think I've
out,
only
kid.
seen it once. Like
The
last
best
year.
is the Santa with the boot and just pushes the kid down the slide.
Yeah. Okay. Caitlin says Elf. I laugh every time.
Oh, there you go, man. Good deal.
And
Don't even-
my mom says Miracle on 34th Street.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a
she
good.
does.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that. That's a great
She
one.
pulled that
Yep.
one out.
Original one. Again, the original
Sure.
is very, very good. Yeah, those are all.
Interesting.
See, and it's hard for me because like comedy movies. If I was going to pick a comedy Christmas movie, it'd be Christmas Vacation. I love Christmas Vacation. Clark Griswold.
Yeah.
It's
See,
fantastic.
I think I would have went back with your Die Hard one though.
Die Hard. Die
People don't
Hard.
think that's Christmas, but it's all about Christmas. It's in the Christmas season and everything. So
Die Hard's a great movie.
good. It is good.
Oh man.
All right. Favorite Christmas song. So let's separate this into two categories because this I think there's going to be different
There's a
reasons.
Christian one and a
Well,
non-Christian
okay,
one.
so I hate when people lump all Christmas music together because there is the Christmas Carol, which is a hymn, a worship song for the most simplest basic way of saying it,
Oh.
right? And then there's like Rudolph and We Wish You a Merry Christmas and those sorts of songs, Frosty the Snowman. They are not the same in the same category as
No way.
Hark the Herald Angels Sing and so on. So let's do that. Your favorite, you can do both or just one or the other, but favorite Christmas song that's not a churchy worship song and favorite Christmas carol.
Oh man. Yeah. So I would. Oh man,
I gotta look through my Spotify.
It's tough. It's tough.
Just kidding.
Jingle Bell Rock was a staple song. It was solid.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Yeah, I mean that was it. So I think I go back to my childhood that way.
That's it. That's
Jingle Bell
a
Rock.
fun one.
Yeah, that's fun. And then I think my new favorite one is actually, I'm just kidding on this, but did you listen to Dolly Parton's Christmas show the other night? Did you hear about this?
I heard about
Really?
it. I did not
Did you?
watch it.
I
I
read
mean,
an article.
she sent Satan to hell in a heartbeat with a basket and a ribbon and everything else. I mean, it was awesome. I'm not sure it had anything to do with Christmas, but it was in the middle of our Christmas show, I guess. We didn't watch it, but I watched. I mean, we heard we heard the song actually.
I saw an article.
So yeah, so go Dolly Parton. That's about all I know about it, but I got to listen to the song again. Yeah, I'm going to stay with Jingle Bell Rock.
What about your favorite Christmas carol?
You know, I need words for all of them. So
Gabriel?
I really like O Come Emmanuel. And and also God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Some of those versions that people make are so pretty. And then as far as like the Rudolph type of songs, I don't like them. So
That is not true.
yeah, it is.
wow.
I know that a certain somebody who's sitting in this room loves Dominic the
Okay,
Italian Christmas
that
donkey
counts?
song.
Sure, maybe that one. I don't know. all the
Can
words.
you sing us
No,
a little bit?
not.
Can you?
Jonathan, you've heard this.
I just
Hee haw, hee haw.
No, really.
stop.
That was show him how to do it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I like how you tried to pry her
did.
into it. That
I
was
did.
great.
Anyway,
I have to share the story now. So I will never forget. It will always be ingrained in my memory. The first Christmas I was here, you were hurt, and so you were out of the office that season. And we started playing Christmas music in the office, and it was you and I. I'm sitting in my office, doors open, you're sitting at your desk. And she always has her music going, and Dominic the Christmas or Italian Christmas donkey song comes on. And I've heard the song before, but it was never really a Christmas tune in my house. So
mine neither.
and so she's
So you brought
It
it
just
in.
came up.
eventually she starts singing the song, and then there's a part where the donkey is going hee haw, hee haw, and she like loud is starting to do it. I tried to capture it on film.
But I could sense it. And
You could sense that I
stopped.
was watching you.
It's really funny when she acts it out. When she puts some
Sorry, podcast world, not
passion
today.
into it. If she does it at home, I promise
stop.
I will try my best to make a post.
It's awesome.
Anyways.
The students
Yeah.
need to see
Sure,
that,
So-
honestly.
I'll go
Anybody
with
else
that
have
So-
any favorite songs
Yeah,
out
there are a couple. Yeah, Linda says White Christmas by Bing Crosby. And John
Ooh, good old
says
Bing Crosby.
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Who said that?
John Baker.
John Baker. John, you are so violent.
But I mean,
Grandma got
that
run
one
over by a
gets stuck
reindeer.
in my head
It
so
does.
easily.
Grandma
It
got
does.
ran over by a
John, were you
reindeer.
driving? Is that were you driving the sleigh?
I would
yeah,
say so. I love carols, but my favorite worshipful song is a relatively new one. Actually, we've done it here at our church every year that I've been here. It's called "Hope Was Born This Night" by the Sidewalk Prophets. I just love that song. It's such a it goes with our series that we're doing this Christmas. Hope has a name. That is the point of Christmas, is that hope was born. So I love that song. As far as the just Christmassy songs, I sing it every time I hear it. Feliz Navidad. I love Feliz Navidad. Feliz
actually-
Navidad.
Well, are we singing that at Christmas Eve service?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you have to come and find out.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. But yeah.
Okay. So I waited for my churchy one because I thought maybe you guys would say it, but you didn't. Highly disappointed in this, but my go-to every time is traditional. First of all, it's going to drive you crazy. Traditional Silent Night.
I don't even know what that means anymore.
Gotta have it.
Traditional.
I know you don't even know the right
No
song.
extra choruses or anything.
Yep.
Just plain old plain.
Plain
I've
thing.
never done it
With-
here with extra choruses.
No, but other people do on the radio.
Facebook's going to light up on that one.
Holding the candle.
No, just even this is
Just
song.
singing it.
Yeah, just singing it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yep.
Just
Anyway,
because I don't do it with a organ doesn't mean it's not traditional.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay. Favorite. I can't believe we're doing this. Favorite holiday smell. Favorite holiday smell.
Yeah. Favorite holiday
Okay, so
smell.
the one thing about fall and winter, up into Christmas, basically, is there are these smells that you get. Like Thanksgiving, it's the smell of pumpkin pie. I love the smell of pumpkin pie or turkey. Both of those are just amazing smells for Thanksgiving. Some would say pumpkin spice, is the smell. But for Christmas, wintertime, what is the smell?
Yeah. So I have two smells that I think I would go to. One would be Christmas morning, the cinnamon rolls and coffee combination. It's got to be a combination.
The cinnamon rolls made by Gideon?
It doesn't really even matter. But Gideon or my sister-in-law, or my mother-in-law, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
So those three, I think, are probably our top. But it's got to be the combination. If it's just cinnamon rolls, okay, that smells wonderful. But with a little bit of coffee in there, perfect. So that's my favorite way to wake up, is with that already going and smelling. And whew, I can almost taste it now. This is awesome. Second one is after you're out, sweat. Like there's a different sweat after you are out playing in the snow or building snowmen or snow castles, and you come in and everybody takes off their winter coat and their gloves and their boots, and you're all just kind of wet.
Yeah.
It's like fun just happened. I know it's weird, it's
True.
gross, it's sick. I get it, but you cannot smell that any other time of the year, and it just means there's life in the house.
Well, yes, you can. You go to a hockey rink.
Yeah, no, that's just nasty sweat.
just-
This is fun sweat, and I mean, it's just like you can't. I mean, you can't enjoy that any
Yeah,
other time
no
of the year.
thanks.
So there you go. I like it. I also like the smell of low tide, but that's a different
okay.
story.
I like the smell of the dust on our Christmas tree as we take it out of the box and fluff it.
There is that is.
I'm
unique
just
smell.
kidding. I actually
It's
don't
floof-
like
it's
it.
floof it.
I get it.
It's
Not
what?
fluff. Floof.
As we floof the
Floof
Christmas tree. Actually, I did that to like a couple of our little trees around here, and I was like sneezing and like a mess. So
Yeah.
I was not. I'm just kind of kidding at that one. I don't know. I think our house just smells different on Christmas morning. Maybe it's the cinnamon roll and coffee, and maybe. Yeah, and grandma's baked goods too, like when we're there.
Yeah.
It's just all at once.
I love the smell of a fire.
Oh, that's good.
And particularly fire that's mixed with the smell of pine.
Yeah,
You know,
can't have fire at your place, though.
I can't, but there's just something about being near a wood stove or wood burning fireplace, and then you have like a traditional real Christmas tree that's got that smell of pine in your house. So those two smells combined, it's kind of like your cinnamon roll and coffee. It's something that only happens in the wintertime. With the pine, it's only Christmas time that you have that smell of pine in your house usually.
That's
so
true.
it's amazing
have
smell.
Not experienced a real Christmas tree in a house, and I went to
Yeah,
someone's
I haven't done it
house
in a long time.
a couple weeks ago, and they had a real Christmas tree, and I was like, "What does that smell?"
It's
That's
amazing.
The tree, the whole house smells.
That's what we're allergic to.
and yeah, I was like, "Great, I'm probably allergic," but it was very nice.
Any
Good.
any
There are a few
comments?
comments. Marianne says cinnamon.
Oh,
And Linda says cinnamon rolls baking. And Jonathan says Christmas pine tree and those cinnamon scented pine cones. And Caitlin said
He's go to Home Depot.
Jonathan
He's-
says
he likes
cinnamon-scented
potpourri.
pine cones.
Yeah.
The potpourri pine cones.
Jonathan, man up.
anyway, Caitlin
Just kidding, man.
says Eric, I always called that cold air smell. Never recognized it as sweat.
Thank you for clarifying, Caitlin. That sounds a whole lot better than what he said.
Well, Caitlin, welcome to reality.
All right, let's bust through these next two fairly quick. So, first of all, favorite holiday drink?
Drink
Definitely not eggnog for me.
coffee.
You drink that all year. What's
I
specific
do.
about?
So like
Christmas time?
7-Up and white grape juice. That's the go-to.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We would have a fancy Keurig type of coffee maker, and yes, I drink coffee year round, and yes, I love it. But it was like that Christmas morning special latte Keurig thing. before you do the stockings or during stockings. Like that experience was amazing.
Yeah.
My favorite holiday drink is just drinking hot cocoa with my kids in the morning on Christmas.
Yeah. Good.
Harper and I do it every Christmas. So, all right. Next
Wait,
one.
Sharon
Oh.
Fritz says eggnog with Sprite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's her go-to.
I have not
By
had
the
that in a long
gallons.
time. I do not like it.
Well, not just her, but our house.
Okay, also in Jonathan's defense, he says, just saying I like smelling the pine cones when they're in the stores. So it's not like he buys them and takes
Jonathan,
them to
we
his
love you,
house.
brother.
Yeah.
It's great.
He probably makes them.
Marianne
Sprinkles them with
says
cinnamon.
hot cider.
Hot cider is good.
It is good.
Hot apple cider.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Favorite ornament on your tree? Now, you might not want to mention one of your kids' ornaments because then, unless it's Gabe's, I guess you could get away with saying
So
Gabe's.
I think the
Yes.
all-time favorite, at least for me, is the star.
Wow.
He has to go deep on it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's the star. It's got to be the star.
Mine is, so I'm not going to be as deep about this, but
That wasn't deep. It's just that's top of the list, right?
my
there.
my favorite ornament just came on the tree a few years ago for my leadership team, youth leadership team, a couple years ago. 2020 was just an awful year. We all know that. And so I bought all of our leaders a 2020 ornament of a dumpster that was on fire.
Oh,
And so, like,
funny.
it's on my tree, and it makes me laugh every time I see it. So 2020 is now just something I laugh about. It's not something that makes me sad or
Yeah.
upset. And it's that dumpster fire ornament. It
dumpster
just
fire.
it reminds me that we got through a really difficult time in church life, and it's just it's good. It's a good reminder. So I love it.
I like our old homemade ornaments, like
Mm-hmm.
from when we were kids and stuff, I guess. They don't all make it up on the tree anymore, but yeah, I don't know.
'Cause you're getting old.
something- Yeah, we let mom decorate the tree pretty now, how she wants, which is just fine. But I think I like some of those ones. But also, maybe what means a lot is like the ones that my mom makes. Like she's always made ornaments for like her whole entire adulthood, and she would always like give them to like the church board and church staff, like at every church they go to and stuff. So we usually have one from like each year. And yeah, so I think those ornaments that she makes every year for those who serve at our church, and usually lately they've been like themed around the theme at the church for the year, whether it's like the Bible verse or like Living 2020 or Fix Your Eyes on Jesus, Filtered, like things like that. And so I like to see those. And then I get one too because I'm on church staff. So I actually get one.
I
of my
actually
mom's ornaments.
it's funny you say that because I was actually thinking about that this last week. I was looking at our Christmas tree and I saw all three ornaments. They were on the side of the tree where my chair is, so I just saw them all in different places, and I was thinking, man, this will be the fourth year I get an ornament to put on this tree from
no
one
pressure,
church.
honey. No pressure.
Assuming she's going to do it. If she doesn't do it, great. That's fine. But it made me realize it's 4 years. So that's
You
four
said,
Christmases
four
now. That's great.
At one church.
At one church, which is really
That's big news
It's just
for
kind
you.
of cool.
Yeah.
To look at. So
That's good.
All right. Last favorite thing.
'Kay.
Do we have any ornaments or drinks? I think we already got the drinks.
No,
But
I think we're good. I think
Okay.
we're caught up.
Okay.
so here's our last one, and we do want you to share this. Our last favorite thing for today. Favorite character in the Christmas story. And when we say Christmas story, we mean the story of Jesus, not, Santa Claus or something like that. We're talking the real meaning of Christmas. So favorite character in the Christmas story. And why?
Well, my name's Gabrielle, so does that count as just
Not spelled the
kidding.
same though.
Oh, built in there.
Hey, did you realize that, by the way, that you have two angels on your staff?
On my staff.
Gabriel and Michael.
Boom.
Two archangels.
Wow.
Just saying.
Hey, surround myself with good company.
Oh man. Okay, are you looking at me so I can go first?
So favorite character in the story. So I have two.
yeah, me too.
I would say, okay, because I mean, Jesus just doesn't count, right?
Yeah, we can leave Jesus out of the
mean,
narrative because he's
Because
he's
that's
at the
like-
top.
That's like, all right. So just
We assume that Jesus is number one.
yeah. So yeah, and
If he's not your favorite in the story, I'd like to ask why.
so I would go with Joseph. That man endured a lot, and You know, he took everything to heart. And anyway, I can go on and on about the guy's character, integrity, the stands that he took, and the unconditional love in the face of fear and death for himself and for his wife. And yeah, so I mean, he went the extra mile, donkey back kind of thing. So so that's good. But the other character is we tell a story, or I've told a story in our family of the mouse that, or the spider,
Spider
I
in the
guess,
manger.
spider that was in the manger, and the perspective of the spider, which it's funny you had a spider this morning out of your suit coat. That saw things from a different perspective that maybe we don't ever see. It's just a reminder that there's always something in the Christmas story that you can learn. And you know, I don't remember what the story was. I kind of made it up as we went, but the topics has stuck with me each year.
We're good at making up stories
Yeah.
that surround events.
Yeah, because you know, that spider in the manger, definitely a different perspective. Yet, as one of God's creatures, you know, that God created. And anyway, that's mine.
I like the shepherds, and actually I'm not alone in thinking that. We have a couple of people who commented. My mom said shepherds because I love that God chose them out of everyone to tell. And
Yeah.
we have another one who said shepherds as well. And then someone said Mary because of the way she believed. And my mom also said that she loves how God uses sheep and shepherds throughout history. So, and I like the shepherds because they were pretty ragtag, like the unwanted people, and just not a great life, you know, kind of, you know, probably people would be avoided, or people would avoid them probably. But yet, like, they had this amazing experience with the angels. Like, I try to, like, imagine, like, what was it like when the angels came? Anyway, so I think I like the
Good.
shepherds. Another character I would like to look at more this year is Elizabeth,
Ooh, good one.
because she was also pregnant and married, an unlikely pregnant lady, and Zechariah like couldn't talk, and like she endured a lot as well. So I think I want to look at her this year.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to be the weird one. I have 3 characters that are very important, okay? So
does he do this?
So here's number 1, and this is going to surprise you, but I actually like not the character, I mean he's a real person, but the Herod is a character in the story. And it's not because he was a good person, it's not because he did good things. He was evil and a very bad person. But there's a lot to be learned from how sin corrupts us as human beings, and how you know, somebody who is quote unquote Jewish should have seen the signs that Jesus was coming, should have been ready to worship the Messiah, instead chose to kill the Messiah, or to attempt to kill the Messiah before it was even, you know, grown. The Messiah had grown up. So I think there's just a lot to learn from Herod and
You got
his
6 minutes.
Okay. Number 2 is John the Baptist. He's in the Christmas story as well, going to Elizabeth. I think there's just something really cool about the fact that Mary, as she's pregnant, she goes and visits her pregnant cousin Elizabeth, and just the presence of Jesus being in that place causes John to leap and to move in his mother's belly. And your thing's still falling.
John could have been in the Olympics.
But number 3, and I think the most important to me, or the one that just, it still amazes me, is the wise men. I think the wise men are the coolest characters in the story, only because the wise men are the least likely people to be showing up to worship Christ, because they weren't even Jewish. They didn't live anywhere near, and they knew the scripture. They knew the prophecy of the Jewish prophecies better, it seems, than even some of the Jews, because it really doesn't say that anybody in the Jewish culture knew that the star was there and knew what was going on. I mean, the Pharisees understood it, but were they doing anything about it? No.
Okay, so you have 3. Pick one.
The wise men.
Okay.
Wait, this morning I read like the star, like it even led them to Bethlehem, and I was trying to picture like what does it look like, a star leading them? Like, I don't know, they're pretty amazing guys. They can like see the star.
Yeah.
I also like them. It's just a good story.
It's a good story. And so again,
History.
keep commenting. We appreciate knowing what you're thinking on that. The cool thing about the Christmas story, I think, ultimately is that there are, and we've been talking about this with our students, there are just so many pieces to the Christmas story. It's not just this simple thing where, this girl gets pregnant, she has a baby. It's not that simple. Mary could have died. Joseph could have died. Baby Jesus could have died. The wise men could have been killed. I mean, there's a lot of intrigue and interest in that story.
I have another layer. My mom commented and said Anna and Simeon. They were waiting for the Messiah to be born and recognize him when they saw him.
Yeah, good.
I mean, that
Good
whole
name
life
there.
of waiting. So
Yeah, and
that's just
somebody
another layer
was
that's
it. I think it was in our worship team meeting last week. Somebody said the innkeeper was a part of the story, and they like to think of it as we always think of the innkeeper as grumpy, but the innkeeper is not really that grumpy of a person. Maybe he was just offering what he had. The best he could give them was that, and he offered it as opposed to just shutting them out and
Yeah,
saying
the poor
go
guy
find
always
somewhere
gets
else.
labeled as grumpy though.
Yeah.
So as we wrap this up, because we do gotta wrap this up, you guys gotta get back to work.
Yeah.
But
for letting me be here.
the whole thing about our podcast is coming to the point to where does culture and the church meet, and how are we doing at HermNaz with things? So if you're new to the podcast, that's kind of our goal. Not necessarily today, but I kind of want to wrap it up with Isaiah 9 verse 6. I think it's the coolest verse out of the story of Christmas because it relates to everybody: Christian, non-Christian, churchgoer, non-churchgoer, stressed out, depressed, not, whatever, happy-go-lucky. And that is, for unto us a son is born, a child is given. There was decisions in heaven that were made. There were choices in heaven that were made. There was a willingness that was made, and it was all because of us, and just that's just humbling to me. And so, if you're watching today and you're approaching the Christmas season and you're just already stressed out because the Visa bill is getting bigger and you don't have, maybe the funds to do what you want to do, and the kids' Christmas lists are just, so long, or they're older, so the gifts get more expensive, or what, maybe you're, whatever maybe is not looking so bright this Christmas. For you, there's a son that was born, and for you, there's a child that was given, and man, that's where culture and the church, I think, still collide on, but yet agree on. It's getting harder, I think, as a culture to have the culture accept the child that was given, but he was born.
Yeah.
He was born for us and as a culture. So anyway, take that, drink your eggnog or your hot cider and your cocoa and your coffee. And next week, we're giving away free coffee for those that are online, and we got some things for you next week. So invite people to jump in next week, and we'll do that.
Yeah, and remember, we've been asking the question for several weeks now. After the first of the year, if you would like us to move back to our old time,
Right.
Tuesdays at 10 a.m., let us know, and
breakfast.
we will try and make that happen if we can. But since we have people who are live commenting today, this is a great time to ask.
Yeah.
If you have some thoughts on that and you would like us to move, just let us know, and we will try and accommodate that if we can after the first of the year when we come back. So thank you for joining us. Be here next week for our awesome final Christmas preparation show, and for the last show of the year. And don't forget Christmas Eve service. If you don't have a church and you live here in Eastern Oregon in the Umatilla, Morrow County area, Christmas Eve, 4:00 here at HermNaz. We would love to have you. It's going to be a great time celebrating Jesus' birthday.
Yeah, and we're not going to live stream it, so it's an in-person only event. So come and have a birthday party.
Be here or be square.
Yeah.
Come celebrate.
Perfect.
It's a birthday party.
Hey, thanks for letting us see you online today. It's been fun.
Yep. See you next week.